All right, welcome back. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You know what that means. As always, the $150 MegaStack Freezeout 6K guaranteed top 5 places paying tonight here on TCH Live Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. What's going on, Nick from Yuma? The TCH Chat Nation up to 10,500 subscribers. As we've got Aaron back here at the final table. Who would have guessed it? The guy's just a crusher as we get familiar here with our faces. This 2,400 here for first, 1,500 for second, third 900, fourth 660, fifth 540. Not a bad day's work here. So we had 38 total entries, so we just under that prize pool, about 6K. So players had a little bit of extra advantage here. It's a little extra juice there to the prize pool. All right, so where are we going to start? Looks like we're going to have 15, or excuse me, 25 and 5 with a 5K big blind ante. Got Demond. Got Koki. And of course we have the Professor. How can we not have a final table without the Professor on it? Legend. All right. We've got Anthony here, Tillman, and our guy Albert. This is a pretty good turnout here. Here in our final 9, as we've got to raise up 12K with a 6 against 5s, flop bottom pair. Both these players just about even in chip. Well, I mean, 200K to 130K is not like a dramatic difference, I would say, as far as where we're at in this stage of the tournament. But Albert going to try to bluff catch here with a pair of 5s. He's going to turn a straight draw, so he may get a free card out of this after Koki bet 10K on the flop. And to Koki's credit here, he's going to bet the turn and drive out his opponent. As we check out our chip count here, we got Smokestack, Koki, Tillman here at the top of the chip leaders, Professor, Aaron, Albert there in our next 3. And then you see on the bottom of your screen all the low stacks. Says continue 25 and 5. PM says hey from near Dallas. Good old Jedi Master Ted. Hey, 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 and howdy to y'all. We got ATX Poker that actually just dropped a feature here on YouTube. Aaron winning a big tournament here yesterday afternoon, South Austin. And going to keep the run good, the play good. I am good going here into the final table. But in the mix of the top 6, so going to have to maneuver here at this point. Then we'll check his option as we're going to have 3 players to the flop. Let's see our board here as middle pair for Tillman, gutter ball for Aaron. As we're going to get a late position bet. Kind of surprised. All right, well. Okay, we got Demond, we've got Packard, and we've got Anthony. And there's not a huge separation. Like Smokestack's in pretty good shape as far as from 1st to 9th, but everybody's kind of bunched together. So I expect this is probably going to be a pretty tight bubble if with all the stacks as relatively close as they are. All right, Nick from Yuma, how about that Cowboys comeback? I stopped watching. I did not, actually. Like, I just had kind of 2 TVs going. Just sort of wanted to see how it ended. And I'm just, like, trying to message people. I'm like, dude, they're like, this is happening right now. They just got an onside kick. Goes better than an onside kick, though, is a pair of kings. That usually has a better chance of being successful at the end. Anthony here with some King Jack of Hearts. I think there's like less than like 5% of onside kicks ever get recovered, so it's And we may have a punt here by DeMond, as unfortunately he's going to be running into kings. Totally don't blame him here with less than 10 big blinds. And you just look down and see a couple of nines. Actually, just pulled on, I would say 10 big blinds, but less than 20. With a raise size as it is, just going to get it in a four. Oh, he flops quads. Punt into a touchdown. DeMond doubles up. Whew. That is poor Packard there with kings. He's going to be down to about 8.5K after this. You can't blame him. I mean, the stacks are the way they are. This is just kind of a hand you tend to jam with, and so damn the torpedoes. Get it in there with nines and just flop the nuts. So this is a really good tournament final table here. So, and we start with the Yeti cooler of the night. Brr. That was pretty chilly. Very, very chilly. But yeah, this was a pretty wild NFL Sunday. I don't know if you guys were tuning in or not. A lot of players getting hurt. A lot of dominant performances. Cowboys defense doesn't look too particularly impressive at any point, but well, that is going to be a fun offense to watch this year. So again, join us here in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button. Fire off here with your take cannons. Brian Sint says, rest in peace, Darvin Moon. I did not know much of him, but it's seen a couple of posts. Seemed like it was really well respected and well liked. So it was, yeah, I think as always, just news you wish you wouldn't have to share, but all right, well, we've got an all-in here for Packard, who has essentially a big blind and a half. Professor here going to make just a smallish 3-bet, which probably would have been his initial pre-flop raise size anyway, just roughly about 16K. As DeMond going to 4-bet. He is going to drive out the Professor, who has no reason to be in this. So there's going to be still some chips out there that if Packer can find a way to spike a queen here, it'd be up to 35.5K. I'll count it out there. DeMond is going to take a piece of the side pot. All right. Get it correct. We go jacks versus queens. Was 3-1 advantage here for DeMond as we get it in. Queen right there in the window, but there's a jack too. Turns a straight draw here to a king. Not going to get it. Packard goes out in about as brutal a fashion as I think you can get here on TCH Live. That is the breaks. The game be kind of evil sometimes like that, but DeMond cashing in big there, and hey, got it in with the best hand, flopped a set. And going to knock out his opponent here as Wayne Simmons says, my boy DeMond, best player at the table. That's right. Let's get it going here in the chat. Whoever you're rooting for, let us know. So we are down here to our final 8. Top 5 is going to pay 2,400 here for first. Mike, we're going to make a Yeti Cooler of the Month video for you to pitch it to them. That's amongst your best ideas there. Maybe just get a Yeti out of it. I mean, that seems to be like the worst case scenario. Brian Sense says, dude, Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, such a good cornerback duo. What happened in that? Because I was watching. So I went to OT, and then looks like the Chiefs pulled it out there in OT. Mahomes kind of struggled in the early portions, and Justin Herbert was actually looking pretty strong. And then I didn't really get to see the fourth quarter OT, so it looks like old Patrick Tutter got it done. going on, David Brailer? Says greetings, everyone. Gonna see $150 MegaStack Freezeout 6K guaranteed prize pool. We've got two producers in the house here. We've got Carolyn and we've got Victoria operating the controls. As we're gonna do a color up here. Again, fifth place 540, fourth place 660, third place 900, second 1,500, and first place 2,400 double cheeseburgers, dollars, if you will. Make sure to hit that like button. Also, check out ATX Poker. You can follow them on Instagram or follow on their YouTube channel as well. So, we had Lindsay Mull say, "Go, Dad." Trying to figure out who that might be. It's definitely probably not the professor. This kid's pretty young, so that's a happy new homeowner. Or had some really nice pictures of a recent home design he's done. Sharp guy off the felt too. Who would have guessed? All right, as we move on here to our next hand, looks like we are at 3,000 and 6,000, 6,000 big blind ante. A little earlier start here. Bubble bursting a little sooner. Welcome back, Albert. All right, demand on a heater. Gonna raise it up. Here with ace queen offsuit on the button, and we'll get no action here from the blinds. All right, let's see. I think we've seen Smokestack play a hand yet. We did get our first elimination, so we're down to the final 8. Again, Aaron, a featured player of the month on atxpoker.club, ATX Poker Instagram. Yeah, still in the mix here. As we shuffle up and deal, Jordan behind the box. One of our guys here at TCH. Mouthy Mike, hey everyone, I'll pick double Aaron for the win. Nice to see some Monday, Thursday players here. Oh yeah, I mean it's this is a really good value tourney. I think any good player can make it here. It's just you make all the right decisions. All right, Koki completes out of the small blind. We're going to go 4 ways here with a 30K pot. And whammy, top pair here for Professor. Got middle player for Smokestack. Open-ended straight draw here for Koki. Professor first to come bet his hand, and we got a fold. Here by the ace-8, Smokestack will give up his hand. And Koki going to draw here to the open-ender. He's got 8 outs. 6 of them we can see are live, and there's one of them. A devious 6 here on the turn, but we'll give a free card here. So the Professor essentially with kings and 10s, or excuse me, kings and 6s with a 10. Koki here with a straight. So a 3 flush out there, connected board. Depending on the size of the bet that Koki goes here, I think there are times he can get away from this, but you know, when it's a 20K bet on the end, if he sizes up there a little bit more, I think the Professor probably has a little bit more caution to, but it's really just such a small river bet that it's a definite payoff. So it's going to take a little bit out of the Professor's stack, though, as he will be in the big blind with 102K. Did you see the TCH Live payouts right there in the chat? All right, as we continue. Aaron not going to open here with the ace-3, and like there's a good lesson. You don't have to open with ace-8 and a full ring in here in these situations. Like I see that frequently happen to the point that I just tend to see more players get into really weird spots with it, but Professor's got a real one. We don't know exactly what Koki has here, but he pumped it up to about like 15K. Probably some random like King X but not enough that he's going to want to call a shove, as Professor going to chip up here to 129K. So again, not much separation here now between Smokestack, Koki, Demond, Tillman right there in the mix as well. Anybody's ball game. All right, so we're going to have Albert first to act. Always tricky spot here, especially 8-handed. I never particularly love opening these spots, but there are, I think, situations like this where you absolutely can and you should. I like the raise size here by Albert, 16K. Anthony's just going to call here with the short stack with some 8s. And Anthony going to check it here to Albert, who will check right back. So 44K there. Going to check it again. Don't particularly love the way Anthony's played this, but he does have the best hand. And the board runs out enough that his hand survived and was able to get some of the tournament chips off his opponent. So what the hell do I know? I think like if he shoves a flop, that's just not probably ideal. I think you can jam there most of those times just based on where he's at. They'll flip stacks though now. Anthony here with about 129K. Albert now the short stack with 80K. A spot he's been plenty of times before to maneuver out, so we'll see what happens. John Shack here with the 99-cent super chat. Shout out to Dunks. I'm sure he appreciates it, man. All right, Boar Eagle says Hillbilly. I want to know if you do that like everywhere you go. Like you step into church, you're all dressed up, you go to your first pew. War Eagle. Go downtown, meet with your attorney. All right. Laquan says, let's go, Demo. Or Demo, or Demo. Demo. Okay, I'm an idiot. So, Ace Jack, 9-6, top 2 here for Anthony. All right, okay. Well, now we've got a cooler alert here as Professor has got bottom 2. Anthony has got top 2. And it looks like we're going to get a raise here as Professor first act. He was in the cutoff. Opened it to 16K. And even a player as good as the Professor, I don't think can really get away from this hand. But he's got to wonder here on a guy that's played, like, just played 8s as passively as it did, that a raise is not only strength sometimes, it is super duper strength. Like, but I don't know. I've not played with Anthony enough, but like we have the benefit of seeing the cards here. But it's you can actually believe that the Professor can think through that situation and think like, okay, there's a big ace raising, but it's tough to put your opponent on a better 2-pair, as that's what it takes to knock out the Professor. You got to cooler the guy. And now Anthony going to be sitting in a comfortable chip position here at 269K. Daniel Tennyson says, man, I just smashed the like button. That So that's the kind of good news I like to hear. Brian Sense says fear the turtle as Anthony going to stack up all those chips. As you can just see right there, one hand, all of a sudden you can be right there in top 3 in chips. But Nick from Yuma says back to the and one mix tour. I always figured you had a secret talent. That's which one were you? Were you the professor? Oh, okay. I got the joke now. That I totally screwed that one up. That's you gave me a layup, and I threw it into the 10th row. Brian says, imagine if he had banked the river. Yeah, that would be about as gross as it gets. Too hot for TV. We might have had to shut down the channel after that. Would have been. The usual suspect says greetings and salutations. Welcome. Ken Schmidt says good game. Watching from Canada. Appreciate our neighbors to the north checking in on us. Life seems a little less crazy up there. I don't know what it must look like from the outside. But hey, we got football. We got something at least to distract us with, and boy, did we this week. Packers crushing Chicago, holding off the Giants. Rams looking pretty solid against, who are they playing? Philly. Pittsburgh gutted one out. Pretty good game. So the Patriots-Seahawks one, I think, is probably the best game of the week. Because I thought Baltimore looked really, really good today against Houston as well. Crushed the Browns last week, which I don't think was just a surprise to anybody, but still look like contenders. Nick from Yuma, Chiefs got lucky as F. Yeah, I'd have to check the highlights on it because it seemed like the Los Angeles Chargers, no longer the San Diego. All right, we got a limp, and a raise by Tillman on the button to 16K. Aaron here, potential tricky spot here with King Queen of Diamonds. Elects the flat. Anthony seeing 3 other players call, says, okay, let's continue here with Jack 9. So we've got a pot of 89K. And our board, all spades, says top pair, nut flush draw for Smokestack. Top pair, decent kicker here for Anthony, but no redraws. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to get a fold out here. I don't think anybody sees any reason to tangle with it. John Shack, what is more Atlanta football than blowing a big lead at the end of a game? Yeah, that was pretty gross. I mean, we could tell that team could put up a lot of points. It's always we look at the defensive side of things that they've just ugh, boy, that one's gonna sting for a while if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. Like that just was. That leaves a permanent mark that, like, 5 years from now, you'll still be talking about that damn onside kick. I mean, the Cowboys were ready to just, like, totally eviscerate Mike McCarthy. Like, it was a very strange sequence of events of just, like, from the 2-week span of, like, we're Super Bowl contenders. Excuse me. Super Bowl contenders to, like, we're the worst team ever. Ah, boy, you guys confuse me sometimes. All right, we got Damon here facing a bet from his opponent as he's got top pair of the nut flush draw. Obviously going to call here as this guy's opponent drawing dead. Smokestack's going to slow down. Five's full of aces. Forward him on down a river bet, and not going to get any chance of value. Best hand holds up. It's going to stack some more chipperoskies. All right, but that was there had like 20,000 fans inside of that arena, socially distanced. So, like, at least that's encouraging that maybe we could start heading that direction for live sports. Fingers crossed. So we'll continue here on TCH Live. We're going to do cash games on Monday and Thursday. 5-5 no limit Thursday or 1-3 match the stack. As what has been pretty popular the last couple of days has been the Tuesday and Thursday night high hands of the hour from 4 p.m. to midnight. So chance to win some high hands here. Come on down to Texas Card House Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, so we have got a raise that was opened here by Koki just above a min raise to 13K. Albert gets in his 65K. Now it's 2 Aaron on the button with just over like 35K, 37K more. Does not want to be the third player into the pond here with ace jack suited. And Albert is going to pick it up, just gets a little boost. Going to be close to under 100K. Let's face it, though, that they were on the road in the only stadium nicer than theirs can stack, leading America's team under a new regime with something to prove. Yeah, I think we can. If we want to play like the variables game, like every week, like we can do that for the next couple. Like this guy and that guy, or like this is a whole new realm. But it's the same for everybody. So all right, we've got blind versus blind. So, like, I just am not into that, like, this is the narrative game that comes out at this point of the year, because that's what gets clicks, and that's what gets likes, and that's what gets everybody all just fired up, because, I don't know, it makes you feel things, so you just want to be enraged by your defensive coordinator. It's a weird quality people have, but it is what makes us tick and enjoy sports as much as we do, for some of us. And I'll leave that at that, but hey, Sunday fun day. Like, we can branch out here if you guys have any takes. We got 2 1-2 no limit tables, 1-1-3 no limit happening here at TCH tonight. All right, so we have got a shove here by Albert with some 9s. Going to pick up the pot. What's going on, Alec Torelli's hidden chips? What's going on, my friend? It says, is there a way to contact you? I don't know. Am I going to get trolled here, called in the middle of the night, and you're not as good as live at the bike? Ah, how so mean. Probably. I can just, like, leave you an email address or something, so. Let's see. 3K, 6K here on our tournament final table. Ooh, spicy participation trophy take here in the chat. All right, we've got a call here by Koki on the button with Queen 4 suited. Tillman now going to raise here out of the big blind with some 10s. I don't dislike Koki's limp there. I'm not. It's a bit loose and a little wide here at this point, but yeah, still time to accumulate chips, and there can be so many times here when we're on the bubble that, I mean, you're just getting fold outs on just every board, so. All right, we'll continue here on TCH Live. All right, we'll raise up here to 12. That's a smokestack. Gonna pick it up. Again, these are 25-minute levels, $150 buy-in, $20 entry. Well, 150 plus 20 tournament fee. Get a $10 dealer appreciation for 10K, and a 5K on time bonus if you make it here by 225. Right there at the first level. So all right, we have got Albert here in the small blind. Getting a decent price here out of the small blind. It's 3K more. King 9 suited. Aaron treating himself to a much deserved massage from Texas Royal Touch. Here for $1.50 a minute. All right, we've got top pair here for Albert, bottom pair for Aaron. Can extract 7 unless Aaron gets lucky as we turn a 4. Albert pretty much with the screws on this one unless we get 3 queens or a 3 here on the river as that's a 4. Albert here with the best hand, likely going to go for the old value bet, but I would be surprised if he gets paid off here as Aaron's blocking queen 10. Like he's going to try to piece together any like natural bluffs that he could have that he's just betting any misdraws. And I think with a board like that, it's just maybe it's, but based on how he's playing, he's probably thinking he's betting with a jack and just going to get on out of there. Nick from Yuma, Mike, when does your sports announcer gig start? It started yesterday. Did a game last afternoon, so it was great to meet up. People super excited to see me. You know, everybody's doing the elbow touches instead of the hugs and all that kind of stuff. But the V-ball squad is going to be awesome this year. It's going to be a lot of fun for those kids, and then we move into football season, and then basketball, and baseball. So we're hoping we keep things sanitary and healthy here for the coming months ahead. All right, we got a raise here by Koki here to Queen Jack. Aaron here with the same hand yet again. I was going to give it up. All right, it's getting our payouts 2,400 here for first, 1,500 for second, third 900, fourth 660, and fifth 540. Continue with TCH Live Thursday, 1-3 match stack. It's been pretty big games as of late, so for any cash game junkies, you know where to find us. All right, we've got Koki here with lines 3K, 6K, gonna open here for 13. Anthony here with a call to 13. All right, here we go. As top pair here for Anthony, middle pair for short stack. Koki here with the king of clubs and the overs, but it's going to put some pressure on Anthony, who's shown a propensity to be calling in these spots. And all right, here we go. Heads up. About a 35K here on the turn as Koki realizes the jig is up. Ace King, no good. Gonna give it up here as Smokestack somehow still on top here. I think we've had a lot of chips splashed and distributed around the table. Aaron now the short stack here at 13 bigs. We're trying to figure out if you just did that entire key and peel bit with the wrong names for all of these players, like how quickly our audience would go insane. We've got Alabear, Aaron, Demon. What would that teacher would have called Smokestack? Boy, that's it's tough to do things that are funny, guys. All right, raise to 15, demand with some kings here on the button. Now we've got what is going to be a mistake here by Koki. Could be just thinking that this is a steal raise, and he is wrong, as that is going to be a shove with some cowboys. And Deuces going to give it on up. Great time to pick up right there in late position, too, because I don't know, half the time it just feels like any button raise is just a random steal. So, you know, life's going good for you. You pick up a couple of hands and you've been raising aggressively on the button, and it's like, I'm going to get some action here. All right, we will continue as Tillman going to give up Ace Little, Aaron here, a short stack at this point. All right, so okay, Demond raised here to Queen Jack and got a call out of the big blind. The old 9-5. We'll do Dan Grimes, no pride here, as we'll give it on up and move on. To see our V-pips here, Koki, Anthony, Demond. Well, most notably here at the top, Koki and Anthony above 40%. I'd say we've probably gotten like what, how many minutes are we on? Maybe like 20 hands, maybe. Yeah, 22 hands, so. John Shack says Alex Caruso is so good. Gig 'em Aggies. All right, here we go. We've got Aaron shoving here, one off the under the gun with Queen 9 suited. With blinds, what looked like 4K and 8K, so essentially got 10 bigs to pick up what is about 20% of his stack. And now I'm going to sit here with 100K with the blinds approaching, so like the shove. Man, it works out, so John Jack saying that statistically he is LeBron's best teammate. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on the efficiency and plus minus stuff that can indicate that the stuff that he does well tends to grade pretty well with the saber metrics and the data and all that nerdy stuff that sometimes I look into. You just need dudes who are solid around LeBron. Like, you just can't have mentally weak players. Like, they're just going to fold. And the dude's tough, man. He's a real one. All right, raise up here to Demond. Here to 16K here with some threes. Albert going to shove it here with ace-queen. This doesn't feel like coin flipping here. the line's about 4 and 8K. This is not an easy call, or one I think on the bubble it would represent basically like 33% of Damon's chips there that he'd be putting at risk. So Scalabrine is a goat. I agree. Brian Scalabrine should get more respect. Net rating, which calculates a team's point differential per 100 possessions. Average net rating for NBA champs 7.2. Lakers 8 with LeBron and AD. With James and Caruso, they're 18.6. All right, I'll raise up here to 18K here for Anthony. We've got Aaron here with 7.5. And we'll pick it on up. I think it's also like there's not a huge sample size where everybody that LeBron has played against, he's had a huge like 5-year backlog with, but it's compelling stuff, man. I give it that. But as we keep it back here to the poker side of things, still hanging around with 8 players left. Top 5 pay. Professor. Actually, check that. All right, we've got Aaron in a beautiful spot here with some queens, small blind. We had the hijack call, Anthony. Just pre-flop limped, and but Aaron is not going to get any action. Hey, thanks, Craig. 99-cent super chat. Shout out to my dog. It's just not getting enough moral support these days. No, I kid. He's doing really well. Oh, okay, so we're down to our last 7. My bad. As soon as I said 8, I was like, no, that can't be right at all. So next 2 players get knocked out. Will not be in the money. Albert here with the 131K, going to shove. Blinds in 4 and 8,000. It's pretty big shove there at that point, but it's power poker right there. It's now up to 18 bigs. Yeah, I like that. You know, late position. I think that's doable. Albert's been here many, many times, so it's. Got Tillman there in the old Jason Witten jersey. He retired, went into commentary, came back after a year, went to the Cowboys. Now I think he's with like the Raiders. Well, it's probably a good day for Cowboys fans. You can puff your chest out a little bit more. Drive 85 miles down the interstate in a truck. Right on my ass. All right, we've got 8K here as a limp by Tillman. Koki here with the old 9-5 offsuit going to check. Overs, and Koki now connects with a 5. Is Koki going to bet the turn? Electorelli says it's nice to see some deeper stacks for once in this tournament. Yeah, the flow of this can go a lot of different ways. Like, we've seen it the past couple of weeks where we're not even, like, starting until this point. So I think the little shallower field we're able to get here to the final 9 with some more chips in play. So we've seen a lot of push and shove and not necessarily deep stack tournament poker. There's Albert here. Speaking of Cowboys, gonna raise it up here with the Dak and Ezekiel. The Cowboys. Nick from Yuma says Koki Juan Kenobi. I like that. I like it. Albert is going to pick up the pod unopposed. Aaron's still sticking around. Or short stack here at 13 bigs. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter today that Galfond and a number of different people are looking at all the data as far as the hands from Stones Live. So this is one thing that rallied the poker community here, that to just sort of like, no, this guy is not allegedly, he is, that they're looking into it as much as they can to confirm what might be some alleged suspicions. As Koki going to raise, I have to be careful what I say as far as like what is my personal opinion. And now that I think we have an audience that is at least somewhat in tune with the poker world, that I don't want to say anything necessarily slanderous. It is a very exasperating thing to think about, that it's just sort of like, I don't know what else we need to do, but there's a lot of sharp people looking into it. I think Bart Hansen had a 20-minute series or so, or looked at like 20 different hands on his channel, Crush Live Poker. All right, so we've got a limp, and Anthony here with the 10-9, going to check. So what do we got? 4 players to this bad boy. 40K right there in the middle. Top pair here for Koki. Middle pair here for Anthony and Tillman. Tillman with a better 9, but Anthony here with his middle player going to bet, as Koki absolutely going to call here as top pair, decent kicker. And the 6 here on the end. I'm sorry, I was talking about Mike Postle. It just feels like I don't even have to say the guy's name. That it could just be like these cheating allegations. And most, I think, have an idea of what we're talking about. But always respect the possibility of the improbable. Lindsay says you keep saying short stack instead of smoke stack. I don't know if I'm saying... yeah, I could absolutely have been doing that. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Yeah, well, there is, like, yeah, there might not be. Yeah, the short stack is the players with the least amount on the table, so. Well, see Albert, Tillman, and Aaron. Down here to the bottom of 3 stacks. Everybody else sitting in a pretty healthy chip position here at lines 4K and 8. SJS, Postle is innocent. Well, that could be sarcasm too, so, people just trolling. I don't know. It seems... All right, there's a couple of trades here for Koki. Anthony here with ace-5 suited. Demont going to call here out of the big blind with king at 9 off, and Well, no one really connects with this mod as it's got a straight draw. 3 still best as we go to the river, and it's a 7. Now, if nobody bets, Koki's going to scoop it all there with just a pair of 3s in the hole, and yeah, I mean, I think Anthony missed some opportunities that, with being the last player to act, that once it's checked twice, like it's generally just an invitation to go bully some players around. Aaron still in the hunt, says Ed. Absolutely. What's up, Mike J? This is Stretch from a few weeks ago. It's 5-5. I'll see you again on the 20th of October. It was a blast on my first visit to Austin. I look forward to having you back, man. All right. Aaron, gonna fold. I don't know if you guys can want to stand listening to me call him Aaron for the entirety of this show. All right, got a raise here. Devon picks it up there with the Queen Jack suited. Is stuck here on 7-handed play. Top 5 or pan. As again, our payouts here: first 2,400, second 1,500, third 900, fourth 660, fifth 540. All right, we got a shove here by Albert with ace-king. Hoping to get himself a big hand there and a big payoff. We'll get no action as... Just keep on swimming there, sir. All right, let's see. 3 for Albert, 6 for Smokestack. All right, I'm going to put it here in the chat for y'all to vote on. Make your pick here. All right. So we will press 1 for Anthony. 2 here for Tillman, 3 for Albert, 4 for Aaron, 5 for Demond, 6 for Smokestack, 7 for Koki. Cast your vote. Who's going to win this bad boy here? Demond raises up here with some ochos, some 8s. All right, some ace-7 offsuit here in the big blind. This heads up. All right, a bet is this one is not going to connect here with Anthony. It's been chipped down here to 171K. All right, we got the votes coming on in. We're rocking the vote here. What we got? Vote for Smokestack, for Demond. Mouthy Mike playing it both ways, 3 and 4. He thinks he's going to parlay it here. I think they're going to get heads up and they're going to chop. Wow, I like your style. Ed for 5 for Demond. We've got a vote for Anthony. Mo got a bet for Koki. We got a vote for Smokestack. Ken in Canada is voting for Albert. That's Aaron going to shove here ace-7 offsuit in middle position. Just one off the under the gun, which puts us here to the hijack. It's tougher here because he's got cut off the button and the blind still to act. That Chinley in a spot like this, you want to raise and isolate, but don't necessarily want to jam fives in that spot too off the money with players to act behind. I don't think this is the kind of table you're going to worry about that if you call that somebody who maybe have like an equal stack try to jam on you, but it's probably the correct fold from I think from where it stands. All right, got some nines here for the old smokestack. RS Mike, you sound a bit different tonight. You okay? I'm good, man. I just we're doing the broadcast hustle. We had a action-packed match last night, so stuff from going to high flying like volleyball, everybody's running around on the floor, high jump, big swings, and it's like here's ace king and or ace queen in the cutoff here for Koki. Let's see what he does with it. Is he gonna bet it? We've got smokestack here with nines and a pretty decent board for him. Bet here at 35K. Koki can call some of these spots, and then he can also raise here too, that if he feels like he can drive his opponent out of the hand, because and it's probably going to work too, because and smokestack is the one that raised pre-flop to 20K. And then Koki pops it up here 90K. A really, really effective raise here in this spot. Is there something in his bet that he must have figured that if there is some probability that he can get his opponent to fold within that board. That's a really strong play. AP getting one of the blinds going up. There are 25-minute levels. So I just don't know. Let's see, where were we? Last level change. Probably about, I would say, like 10 minutes or so, I think. We're on a 15-minute delay, so, like, I can't necessarily... Well, I guess I did if I did peek my eyes outside. I could do some extra math in there. All right, Tillman going to pick up the pot. Again, a short stacks here. 4 players under 20 bigs. Koki Demon and Smokestack. They're in the top 3 as John Shack says, all right, I think it's great. Aaron got a massage. You went over 4K the night before. You treat yourself. The final table the next night's tourney. That's good for the old mind. Get your body relaxed. No coincidence. He's climbing up in his chip stack. Excellent work. But on the lower end of the VPIP side, we haven't seen Tillman or Smokestack play a ton of hands. It has been a lot of Anthony and Koki. All right, next hand is all right, we got Tillman here with some tens. The Tillman tens, in fact. All right, raise up here to 25K. Not going to get any action, though. Yeah, I mean, we've seen pretty standard tournament poker hands where it's... I really found that Koki hand entertaining, because that's we generally don't see a lot of plays like this in the final table because you're not quite deep stacked enough to make a lot of moves like that wouldn't just immediately cripple you if you're wrong. Who's you got your money on? Oh, see, I voted for Albert last time, and he let me down, and he didn't win, so I can't. Well, okay. All right, okay, I'm going to vote for Albert. Voting for Albert. He's got ace king. Maybe he gets some action. I'm going to. All kidding aside, I think DeMond's probably a good pick here. Seems to be navigating these grounds good enough. All right, 4K, 8K. Next level is going to be 5K and 10K with the 10K big blind ante. Aaron here with King 10 offsuit and only about 13 bigs. Going to jam here for 180K. And he's going to pick up the blinds and pick up an extra 20K as. And there's our payouts, 2,400 for first, 1,500 for second, third, 900, fourth, 660, fifth, 540. What's going on, Cat P? How are you? Are you great? Do you feel special today? All right. Marcus Rogers says, I like your pick. Nick from Yuma saying you do the cokey pokey and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. Put your right stack in and left stack out. 3-bet your hand and you shake it all about. Here's DeMond with aces, though. A couple of rockets. All right. Primo. And he is going to get Anthony here in the mix with Jack-8 suited out of position, out of the small blind. As we get our board run out, and we do have an Anthony lead, so I'm guessing there's got to be a Jack there on the flop. As there you go. There's our floor manager, Jerome. There to let us know that it's a level change. 5K, 10K, 10K big blind ante. Come on, let's get our board here. I know we can get it. It's gonna be there. There it is. Oh, he led here with an 8. DeMond also here with the ace of diamonds as the overpair. What's going on, Carlo? And Mon going to raise it. That will give Anthony a chance to get away from the hand. So there. My DeMond pick's looking pretty good right now. Extract a little bit out of Anthony. Now he's becoming a short stack. Scott Behringer, trying being a Vikings fan for 38 years. Still Skull Vikes. Yeah, that was not an impressive performance today. It just looking like they're a little bad mojo right now, but it's an even year, so that seems to be like an even year as Minnesota's like a 500 team or worse. So I'm 35, so I don't know how many years that means I followed the team. So maybe like a 25-year fan or 30. I wasn't really too well schooled on the defense when I was 5, but I was probably rooting in some capacity. All right, we've got Queen 10, 7-3, King 9. Everybody going to miss here. We do have a straight draw here for Tillman. It's turned middle pair here for Albert. Deuce here on the end. Albert here with the best hand. Going to come out and bet. Does be surprised if he has anybody that is getting action from a worse hand. So with that level change, now that we've got 5 players that are now 20 bigs or less. Carlos, it's not much, Mike. Getting ready to go back to like Travis HS tomorrow. Let's see, been doing some work over there. What was that on Saturday? Mass on in a gym. The weirdest circumstances to ever call a game, but hey, we're just happy to be out there doing it, man. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's see what else is everybody saying here in the chat. Demo flats, those aces, depending on the tie, the guy bluff shoves. Yeah, I think he maybe could have gotten a little bit more there. That if he wanted to live a little bit dangerously. I think once you get to this stage, sometimes you just don't necessarily want to take that risk. But I like where you're thinking there, Quan. Go Cavs, absolutely, Carlo. All right, Marcus Rogers says my Eagles are looking shaky. Yeah, they are. It's been a tough going here in the first couple of weeks. So, all right, Ace-10 in here versus Ace-Queen. Board is going to run out of 10 here on the end. He 3-outs him. Tillman is going to cripple one of the people's champions, Albert, with a 10 here on the river. Does no count it out. Albert's going to have about 56K back, but he is going to have the button when it comes to him. So he was just a small blind in this spot. So he's still got some shoving chips that you get a double up there and you can kind of work your way back to it. But now Tillman here is... Tillman had a big Thursday. Like, he got the prestige, the bluff, and when he had, like, I think, ace or kings. I think it was like 7s versus kings, and was stacking up a lot of chips with primos. They're getting lucky there with the ace-10. Alex says you can't flat with aces there. You're just daring variants to throw hands. It's like throwing hands with Mike Tyson. Yeah. I mean, I say that's a line you can take. It does increase the possibility that you get everything, but you leave that little window open for a bad card to come as well. So, is Anthony going to shove here with his ace-queen? Again, no heads-up action. All right, what else we got going on here at Texas Card House? Again, we have happy hour and reverse happy hour, 25% off from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And 1 a.m. to close is reverse happy hour, 25% off at Texas Card House. Tuesdays and Thursdays, high hand Tuesday, high hand Thursday. $100 rollovers every hour. So once we get back up and running, I think the jackpot right now at 262. Come on out here to Texas Card House Tuesday, Thursday. Ladies' night is 50% off on her hourly. Again, Monday, tomorrow night, 5-5, no limit on cap. Thursday, again, 1-3 match stack. And here on Sunday, of course, is our $150 MegaStack Freezeout here. Final table that you see popping right on your screen. And what do we got? Mod racing here out of the small blind. Blind versus blind picks up a free big blind and Annie. He is the chip leader now. Koki here at 349 posting. Tillman on the other side of the table to your left with 300K. There is the 1K yellow chips, the 5K pink chips, the 25K kind of orangish brown. I don't know what color to describe it. It kind of looks brown in some lights. Kind of looks orangish. Well, we got a 25K chip toss in here with Ace Jack. Gerald Kane Jr. Any opening date set on the Dallas TCH? Not yet, but we are looking at October. And once we've gotten a actual firm date, they'll announce it about 7 to 10 days prior. So Albert here with some 10s. Chance to double up and a little more. We got a classic race situation. 10s versus Ace Jack. As we get us aboard here, Ryan. And Albert has been knocked out as top pair here for Anthony. To the sadness of our crowd. I'm sure there's some Anthony fans out there, but Albert's going to be eliminated here in 7th place, so we're now here to the top 6. Clay color chip. Yeah, I like that. That's... Oh, yeah. Quant says, I understand that, but the lead into the pre-flop razor that screams you hit a pair, no draws leading there. They would or should minimize the money. Yeah, I like I said, I like the idea. It's just kind of like how good is your stomach for variance, and I think especially when you're running bad too, you're afraid to do stuff like that where you feel like when you're running good, you're making all your decisions and you're not running into 6-outers and 4-outers and 3-outers and stuff like that. And it's thanks ATX Poker, says the mic. Thanks for doing the commentary. Matthew Mike says no luck on the flip tonight. So bubble time. How many places pay? 5 places. As we're gonna rescan the hand. What do we got going on here? We're adjusting this. As far as the specific payouts, let me pull it up here in the chat. I think we also put, we have it here in the description as well. I was like, yeah, we put it in the description. What the hell am I talking about? All right, 5th, 540, 6th, 660. Okay, let me try that again. 5th, 540, 4th, 660, 3rd, 900, 2nd, 1,500, and 1st, 2004 Hundo. You can see that in the description here on YouTube. So we're going to have a little bit of a pause here, it looks like. Players will take a breather. I mean, as long as they're taking a breather right now, that gives you, the audience, an opportunity right now to reach up, smash that like button. Let us embrace here in this holy hour at 8:14 Sunday. By giving a good gander at that thumbs up button and pressing it for your Uncle Mikey. Just to show the world what you're made of, all right? So we're going to count out some of the chip stacks here. Get a little breather here on the table. So again, what's going on? Okay, so I've been trying to pull up the NBC website for the Pats and the Seahawks game. We've got NBA game 3 tonight right now. Here between the Nuggets and the Lakers. Lakers up 74-63. Again, if you want to join us here for Football Sunday at Texas Card House, we got all the games, NFL Sunday ticket. Bring your favorite beverages. Play the Sunday tournament at 2 o'clock. Get piles and piles of chips in the cash games. Shoot some pool. Watch some football. Yell about your bets. That is really the fun part about being here sometimes during those games, too, is that you hear people either groan or start screaming. You got an idea what they might have had a wager or two on. Christopher West says, thank you for the stream. Game 2. Oh, yeah, game 2. It's one. They kind of occupy with a lot of different things, so it's got a good debate going if Damon should have just flatted that raise, or flatted that that flop bet. We may never know. I don't know. It's kind of. I will say it does make a point that I think in some skill sets of players, like, that's generally not a. The lead is not often a draw. So I think it's one of those questions where you have to assess the skill set of your opponent, and if you've not really ever seen him that much or played very long with him, I think you can say for certain in some spots where you may have some familiarity with some players to know what that raise or what that lead actually represents. So, yeah, I don't think either of you are wrong here. I think outside of the final table, I mean, that could be a huge move to extract some chips on it when you're close to the bubble. Like, I don't know. Mikey, we are bringing you a 6 or a stash for the Wednesday free roll. I will actually be dealing on Wednesday night, so I'll have it for after the fact. Might need it. All right. Let's see. 8 here on the turn. Anybody connect in here? It's first player to breathe on. I think is going to pick it up, and Koki will fire at it here. So Smokestack has seen his chips dwindle down here to 18 big. Started around 300K, but he's not gotten really mixed up outside of one hand that he played with a pair of 9s. Gets Koki with ace queen. Like, it's been pretty slow and steady. Tillman got a little lucky against Albert. And we've got Aaron shoving here with ace 9 of clubs. We have a call here by Smokestack with the king 10 of clubs. And a fold out here is Aaron going to get it in about 59-41. It's probably a little like it's. Sometimes you can kind of justify a call with king 10. All right, 10 flops. And Aaron says, well done. The king high straight is going to eliminate Aaron. He is our bubble, but Smokestack all the way up here to 310K. Yeah, it's one that worked out for Smokestack. I'm not generally a big proponent on the bubble of calling more than 50% of it with King X suited with players to act behind, but I've had a lot of luck with King 10 sometimes. So he's just feeling it. Says, all right, I can win with this bad boy here and knock out a better player. More than one way to win, and we see it every Sunday here on TCH Live. Our 6K guaranteed prize pool, $150 buy-in. Our finals, what have we done to our final 5? All right, what do we got going on? Nick from Yuma, Mike, stop being nice. That was, okay. Hey, I'm not, yeah, okay. All right. The middle pair here for Anthony. It's not, I would say it is not an ordinary call, not one I would make for sure. But it pays off here. All right, we got players arguing poker theory here, which is always, you know, good way to get yourself worked up over nothing. All right, 5K, 10K, 10K, big blind. Annie, all players in the money now. Moose 2 to King 10, 60% of the time it works every time. Also, King 10 is illegal in how many countries now? Alright, we got Demond raising here out of the small blind. Bringing the heat here with 25k. Smokestack. Again, a 3-bet. I'm going to pick up the pawn here as it'd be 35k that extracts out of his. Well, actually, it just gets the 25k plus his big blind back. Plus, it was suited. You know, Moose Duty's got it right. That's. You got to remember, the hand suited, it's just better. Everybody knows that. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Don't let the fake poker media tell you it's not a great hand, right? Very strong. Very strong. Stronger than ever before. All right, raise up. Or no, it's got Demond. They've got. We went to the blind versus blind. 9-8 offsuit. All right, 9-8 versus 7-5 suited. And middle pair plus a straight draw. Bet at 10k. We are going to get a call here by Koki. Nine here on the turn, so some fireworks brewing as Koki's made a straight. We've got middle 2 pair here for Smokestack and a bet at 30k. 2 hearts here. It's a hand that can get easily counterfeit in some spots. Got to play it slow here as disguises the strength of his hand. Makes it kind of look like a draw. Unfortunately, we get a 7 on the end, so if Smokestack checks, I think Koki can probably safely assume it's probably a pair that he's up against and not the 10, but he's going to have to check it back because there's just, it's really only downside if you bet and get check raised. He's going to win it here at Showdown. As I wonder how much more he could have gotten there had he raised the turn. I would be surprised if Smokestack would have been driven completely out of his hands, but an under rep 2 pair. Okay, so Nick from Yuma, suited increase your odds by winning 2.5%. I know you're being sarcastic though. Yeah. It does technically, like, raise, make it a little better equity, but it's kind of like when we started originating poker strategy around 2005, and then anybody with a computer thought they were like a genius. Like, I have solved this game. All right, ace 8 suited and jack 10. Check. All right, 6 ball here on the turn. Tillman does have the best high, but played this pretty passively at this point. Tillman, or Smokestack, excuse me. He's got to pick up the pot. Get the next player to get eliminated. We'll take home $540. 660 for fourth, 900 for third, 1,500 for second. First, $2,400. Let's see here. All right, Koki here on the button. 25K in the middle, going to pop it up. Good chip position now here with 404K. He can start to open things up and really apply a lot of pressure on the rest of these players. pretty wide. I mean, I think especially, I'm probably raising any two in his spot with Tillman in the big blind. And we'll see if these hand ranges open up for some of these other players if they want to choose to defend a little bit wider. We'll see what happens here. All right, smokestack. Fold, and fold, and small blind. We'll give it on up. Get a little walk of respect walk by Pantera here in the big blind. Hit us up here in the chat. Fire off your takes with the take cannon. Make them hot, make them spicy. As we continue here on TCH Live. Let's see here. So, all right, we've got a limp in the cutoff with Queen 8 suited. Damon's going to raise it out of the small blind with 5-4. Anthony is going to call, but Damon's the one that connects with it and have the opportunity to c-bet it. A weak draw here for Anthony. I don't necessarily like either decision. Like, I think you can open in that spot if you like to. Limp, calling, and then folding is not, I think, a play you want to do in the long term as far as with your strat. I mean, sometimes you're going to connect on some boards and get some opportunities to chip up, but I mean, it does leave you as kind of board dependent sometimes, and to have to connect if you want to pick up the pot and go without showdown. So. But it can make it kind of confusing once we get here to shorthanded. You feel like, all right, I got to play a little bit more, but how balanced can I really be here in this spot? And that was a trial in that for sure. Smokestack, aka Allen, will win. All right, that's. Anthony here with a 9-6. Just going to take a naked stab at this and pick up the pot. Does the old 6-9 offsuit. Yeah, and in the inverse, too, sometimes when you can limp in those hands, you get some opportunities to bluff at multi-way pots, but going to need some momentum to pick up here as it's sitting with 15 big blinds and 159K. Koki and Demond right there, neck and neck, 400K. Battling for $2,400. All right, we got a open here by Smokestack here to 22K. On the button, I like the size. And we got Anthony completing and missing this board to see if now Smoke just going to check back. 7 here on the turn. That does give a straight draw and a flush draw here to Anthony. Check and check. And 2 the river, an ace of hearts. So Anthony here with a flush. Not the nut flush per se. The 5, 6, 7 out there. There's the number of combos. But effectively here in this position, he thinks he's probably got the nuts. So jams here. Smokestack will give it on up. But ace no kicker with a 4 hard board. Says nope. Jordan Duncan says Koki will take it all, caps lock. I like it. Just he comes in, full attention. Says love you, Dad. Well, no, that's touching. Yeah. Hell yes. All right, ATX Poker. How'd your first night go back at LT broadcast? There was a follow. Yeah. We did. We had a lot of. It was moved to a new network with it, so it was a lot of like trying to figure out beforehand. Okay, how are we gonna do this? And it was uncomfortable phone call, and I'm like, hey, we're fine. Like, just let me do this. And then we just kind of just fucking destroyed it. We had a great broadcast. Would have never known we hadn't done it for 6 months. I could just. So I was pretty happy for that. So then I got pretty shammered. So if it's just if I seem a little lower energy, it's probably the 10 stash IPAs I had last night. So all right, middle pair here for Anthony. Koki here with a straight draw. Great response though from the audience. So all right, bet a 20, call a 20. 3 of hearts here on the turn. Is Koki going to check back here with his draw? King here on the end. Now Anthony going to go here for the value bet. Does have the ace of spades in his hand with 3 spades out there. So he maybe could have gotten his opponent to bluff if he checked to him there, but there are the possibilities he can get called up by a weaker 10. GG says Iggy. Says banked it. Koki nostrils. Sometimes you guys make references I don't understand. All right, smokestack here with some kings. We got a raise here to 30K. Koki here with a real hand as well, especially 5-handed. See if he elects to 3-bet here or just call or just flat. Just gonna call. There you go. Oh, it's Amon here with some jacks out of the big blind. And he's just gonna call as well, so 3 ways here to a flop. Ace right there in the window. Smokestack has got the king of diamonds. Damon's got the jack of diamonds, and Koki's got the best hand with top pair, decent kicker with a queen. This Damon winds up saving a lot of chips here by not 3-betting pre-flop. As betting a call, smokestack into the king or a diamond, and based on what we see there on the top of your screen, he has got like 5 of them live. Ace is up now here with a queen here for Koki. He's going to a little place we call Value Town. Bet of 80K as an expensive ticket to Value Town, but one he gets to redeem. As Koki now going to sit with 568K. I can, yeah, it's. I think in smokestacks, it's just like a frustration call with kings. Because, I mean, he does have the king at diamonds blocker, so, like, what is he? He has to kind of think for a sec if that's really. You know, could he, if the hands that he's bluffing with, most likely just have a naked diamond that doesn't connect, so. But, yeah, I think sometimes people get like, man, I got kings, like, I was supposed to win this hand, and. Mark says, I have played with that Anthony guy in Florida. He is very talented. All right. Raise here to 25. And going to get a fold. All right, smokestack now down to 7 big blinds after his king's cracked by ace queen, and all right, 2-minute drill here for the Seahawks. They're going 5 wide here at the 48 on their own side of the field. Right after the 2-minute warning, Wilson fires down to the sideline, intended for DK Metcalf, just over his hand. All right, Damon fold it here to the button. Small blind also going to give it up here as smokestack going to be in shoving position at some point here, electing not to, as Koki, well, he had eights in the big blind anyway, so good laydown. What's going on, Max Musson? Good evening. Shout out to my poker group in my hometown, Meppel. Watching late night poker right now. What's going on over there in the Netherlands? The Dutch, huge fans of the show. Alec Torelli's hidden ships. Ew, football. Should have popped those jacks and kings pre. Yeah, it just the kings open and then had Demond like 3-bet there. You could have got the 4-bet all in, and then Demond really played it safe there pre-flop and just flatted out of the big blind. As Anthony betting now 35K. As Koki with a 9 triz. Youngblood sounds like a Dutch name. It's actually German. Yeah, like 75% German, like 25% Norwegian, I think, based on ancient lineage. Ancient lineage, what the hell am I saying? Remember when football wasn't political? I'm trying to remember when it wasn't. When wasn't it? And raise it. Alec tries so you can actually watch it and enjoy it. I think you can still do that. You still have the right to watch it and enjoy it. That's, I don't know, doesn't really like, I can get people's kind of sort of conflicting feelings about some stuff, and I don't know, what are you going to ask guys to do that have grown up and had experiences just to shut up and dribble? Like, I don't know. I think there's a happy medium ground, a couple minutes to recognize, and then it's game time, and then people are just playing sports and doing sports stuff. Hunty to taps. Go Koki from Hunty. Go Hunty, go. All right, raise. Here with ace-5 of clubs. Anthony going to flat here on the button here with ace-queen. Heads up. That's funny. She doesn't look Druish, says Nick from Yuma. Five connects here on the turn here for Koki. Small bet. Anthony going to float. Third spade here comes on the end. And it's going to flip it up here at Showdown as Koki now going to be up to 659K. Again, next player to get eliminated, take home 540 bucks. Nice yogurt line from Spaceballs. Yeah, I would love to talk with you more, Alec Torelli, but it's I think you can acknowledge that the movement is any number of different things, so it's complicated. I don't think the players are supporting it for that reason, but that seems to be the popular default to make that assumption. So I think we got a lot of things lost in translation between everybody's message. No mistake here though. Tillman has got ace king and a much better hand here than Anthony. That's opened up here to 35K in the cutoff. And with slightly less in chips, he's thinking, is it jamming time? Is it push and pray ace king time? Moose Duty says, hey, whatever floats your boat or sinks your ship, hey, that's... Yeah, that's right. And 6-3, ace. Okay, so we got top two here for Tillman, two pair here for Anthony. And we got the Tillman shove here with top two. It pieced together what Anthony, it looks like maybe Anthony led at this and then. Okay, oh, all right. Anthony, gonna call the 115K all in. Gonna have to spike a jack or run out spades as the smokestack is gonna fold his 6-3. Here comes a 10 and a 7 here on the end. His top two gonna hold here for Tillman, and he has brought Anthony down to about 103K. Still here with the mix in the top five. Moose Duty says cooler alert. Cooler alert. ATX Poker says eyeliner with rip it and ship it on the poker table. Yeah, it's a complicated issue that I can't. To weed through all the variables here is going to take a lot longer than 20 minutes, and it's not. A lot of complexities there that distinctions we should make, but I'll leave it at that, my friend. All right, we got a top pair bet here by Tillman. As we're going to continue here on TCH Live. Slow and steady here, but some big hands in the mix. Alrighty. Oh, wow, we have got a raise out of the small blind. We got a shove for not much more. Anthony going to be in for 79K. It's 49K more for Koki to call, so better than, it's about, he's getting better than 2-1, but he's not going to, wow, I was surprised. Wouldn't try to at least gamble with him because it was not really that much more, but could have thought he might have been just totally dominated. Moose Duty, Mike shouldn't get with them. They should get with Mike. That's 100% the fact. Where are you, Yeti? ATX Poker suggesting that should get in with them. Like, I'm out here plugging to our millions and millions of fans the Yeti cooler of the night. I've not gotten, the red carpet treatment from the Yeti company yet. I don't know what gives, man. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? All right, we got a all-in shove here by Smokestack here to 35K. Koki's on the button with some J's, some Jacks. And likely see a 3-bet here to at least 100K, maybe. Is it a 125? Looks like 100K. Anthony's going to fold out, so will Tillman. And looks like we've got a pair of 4s up against a pair of Jacks. All in for 35K, 100K effectively in the middle. And a Jack right there in the window. That is not going to work out here for the 4s. And the Smokestack has been eliminated in 5th place. A good run nonetheless, but Koki in dominating position right now here with over 670K as Dramatic lead over second and third right now. Tillman and Damon. Anthony now here with 9 big blinds and the button. So ATX smart to put the payouts in the strip. Yeah, Carolyn thought of that using the old noggin. As we continue here on TCH Live. So like a $300 overlay here for this tournament today. On the 6K guaranteed prize pool. Got a shove here by Anthony, and we'll get a fold out. Lakers leading 95-89 here in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes to go. Denver's got to win this one, or going down 2-0 is going to be, like, I know they've come back from 3-1, but man, that is asking a lot for them to try to go 3 rounds consecutively and have to do it against the number 1 seed. Not got to pay too much attention. All right, Austin Kron says I was about to get ready to ask. Yeah, if you look in the description here for this video, it has the payouts. It's shown it up on the screen a few times, but sometimes you're doing your laundry, you're making dinner. You're actually just trying to find the like button to smash it, and you totally forget that the payouts are there. So, all right, Demond here with King Jack and raise. Draw out his opponents, pick up the blinds and ante. Again, if you wanted text updates from TCH Dallas, text TCH Dallas to 21000. Join our text list for updates regarding TCH Dallas, which again we said October at some point. We'll announce a date 7 to 10 days before the start. So then TCH Live probably will be included in our lineup of games. And then maybe about a month or two after the fact. So we always say click subscribe if you're a first-time viewer. We've got Demond here with a raise on the button with 10-9 offsuit. Koki just picking up all the hands. As King Queen out of the small. Anthony going to mix it up here with the old 9-6. Captain Segway strikes again. Very attentive ear of Jedi Master Ted as verify the amounts here that there was a 22K raise. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We got the numbers right. I think Ryan's became a dad, so he's been probably not sleeping as much as he would like to. All right, top pair here. Congratulations to him, by the way. And all right, top pair here for Koki. Check twice, and not going to draw a bet here from Demond. He's going to bet a second pair, and Koki just casually tosses in that 40K call. Anthony will give up his hand as 10 ball on the river as Koki let him get there. Demond's going to make 2 pair. And going to check call yet again as, wow. Yeah, he missed opportunities, I think, to, I mean, there's a possibility that after the flop check that if he bets a turn, like he's probably going to get at least called by on one street by Demond, and then you get to the same result, but Koki should have bet that pre. I'm fine with him calling pre in that spot. I think with this chip stack, that's certainly a reasonable strategy. It's 6K and 12K. Yeah, I don't dislike a 3-bet there at all, but this is gonna kick himself after he recalls how he played it. Let him get there for free. That's right, Carlo. All right, the Jack King board, Tillman just going to attack the short stack, take a bet at it, pick up the pot. Anthony here with 7 big blinds. At risk to be out in fourth. Nick from Yuma says, we are the best chat pros on YouTube. You absolutely are. Legends of TCH live chat. Ace Queen here now for Koki. Carlos says, I'm no pro, but I'm not a donk either. No, it's... Sometimes I make fun of the chat pros and tongue-in-cheek, and sometimes I think there's some legitimately really good discussion that happens. All right, 3 queens here for Koki. It just... Moose Duty. Why is no one betting on the paired flops with ace high? Why isn't? Why is no one betting on? All right, bet a 50K. Koki here gonna get some value out of demand and made a pair of 8s on the end, and we'll pick it on up. Carlos says, can't wait to get back on the felt up. Been too long. Yeah, this is kind of one of those things now where I think people who have been at home are starting to get the feeling of like, all right, need to, like I went to a restaurant for the first time in 6 months, like sat down and ate and had drinks. Like that was a first for me over the last 6 months. So I was fine with it. Like, all right, we got a 9-3 and a king 3. Small blind completes. We're rooting for the 9 tros here, but bottom pair here for demand. Gutter ball here for Koki. All clubs though, so 15K. They'll snap bet. Gets slightly better hand to fold on the dangerous board as we continue with 4 players. Nick from year after playing poker online for the last 6 months, I'd never want to play poker again. That's why I just don't. I don't put in a lot of large volume because I feel like the more I play, the more the easier I can be to be fatigued by it, you know. So it's just, you know, you don't have to be a professional. You can be a good player and just go there for your leisure. But, you know, that's... Carlos says, geez, I can't remember the last time I ate out. Yeah, I know. It was a weird feeling, man. All right, we got a bet here by Koki. Straight draw, flush draw. Anthony not connecting with it, so put out a bet that put his opponent all in if he called. Carlos did manage to spin it up 3K, though. Yeah, there was some pockets of time to win in some tournaments. All right, we've got Koki here with a raise up to 30K. All right, we've got a all-in here by Anthony. So it looks like Anthony's got higher diamonds. I see a king. I can't quite see the other card. We'll scan it. There you go. King 4 of diamonds. Okay. All right, ace there in the window. Still a draw here to see, where do we get our river card? I think the one of the burn cards was red. on the flop reader, so that Queen of Hearts was actually not on the board. Let's see. So it looks like we do have Anthony as a winner, at least with King High. We at least know he has not been eliminated here, so apologies there. Just nonetheless. Let's see. Moose Duty. Online poker is that hot chick you meet on dating app that when you meet in person you realize posted a picture from 15 years ago. Yeah, there's, I think, dudes do this too. Like, it's not like it's just ladies that are just like, here's my best, but like, especially I think women are more apt to be like, hey, I'm going to more to take my photos, whereas dudes, I think, generally do pictures bad or wrong more than likely. Like, you're hanging out there with a big old fish in the gym, no shirt on, or some kind of weird crap like that. So, I know that was not your point, but online poker is. I don't know. I always just feel like I have to be in a groove and get into playing it, and like I can't just go from not playing it to jump right in and feel like my instincts are in the right place when you're playing online. Whereas I think it's easier to just kind of pick those back up once you're playing live. So, all right, we've got a shove. We've got an ace-jack open, a king-jack shove. 262K here. Potentially for Anthony if he can find a way to outdraw his opponent. No such luck yet. Gonna need a king and a king only. Anthony will have to hit the showers. So he's been knocked out in third place. Good performance. And we are down here to the final three. John Jackson, he had a crazy run in the sit and goes turbos, hyper turbo three-handed. This guy's trying to get me to come and play these sit and goes against him when he's been crushing them. Like, I will respectfully pass, but I appreciate the invitation. All right. Koki going to pick it up here with the Jack 10 suited. Hands will move swiftly here, or, well, here three-handed. Let's see, 8K. So the next level jump is going to be 10K, 20K. Demo and Koki heads up, says Laquan. All right. Got them on here with button raise with ace jack off suit. Koki here with no hand. Neither will be Tillman, so I expect this will probably be a continuing pattern. I think the Bond's going to be raising that button quite a bit, same as Koki. All right, here we go. Next hand. Mike Howard, surprised there's no auto shuffler on the main table. This comes up quite a bit, I think, especially from folks that aren't as probably familiar with the time rate games. That they're expensive. There's generally, I think, like one company that has the patent on it. They're expensive to rent. They're not really cost conducive to, card room versus a massive casino that has got a bunch of slot machines to fund money coming in all the time. So it is a topic that comes up here quite a bit, especially think where people are more familiar with seeing it, but we got excellent dealers here that keep it moving. As got a raise out of the small blind, king 3 off. Koki gonna call here with 10-9 suited. Jack, jack, jack. Look at that flop. Don't spoil it for me, Nick, here. I might be like a minute behind online. I might have to ignore the chat now. Lakers 100, Nuggets 96. Is Koki going to call the flop bet? He's going to turn a heart draw. Demond essentially repping that he has some pocket pair that he can do this with. That I like this bet here on the turn. Koki would have to make a really ballsy raise here with the amount that Demond has. And they're playing a game of chicken right now. Koki's going to call him here. His 10 or 9 is actually still live, but he's played this with the idea that he feels like he could probably bluff the river. As we'll see what card it is. We do get a heart. Oh my goodness. Koki makes a flush. What were the bets here? Okay, check call, like. All right, Koki flips up the flush. I do apologize because I don't see if there was a river bet there in that spot. I just saw Koki go to showdown with it, so Demond kind of leaned back like, what just happened here? Like, what in the world just happened here? But yeah, I think Koki just kind of backed into a hand that he's like, I guess if he totally missed, I can win this here at showdown, but I'm assuming it went check on the end because there was no. Well, we may never know. So still 3-handed. Okay, did go check, yeah. Sick one there, but because that is a. I mean, Demond makes a really sizable bet to drive out his opponent at that point. That I'm just, Koki has played these spots pretty well that I'm a little confounded. He called 100K there unless he had every intention to bluff the river if he felt like it bricked, but once he makes a flush, then he just feels compelled to have to check it back, which seems so backwards in a way, but it's also trying to figure in that it's 3-handed too, that he's got top pair. We got a middle pair here for Demond, 25K, 25K, call, bet, check. Check, bet, call. Check here on the turn, and a 5 here on the end, so Koki has queens and 5s with a king. Now Demond going to turn his hand into a bluff here as it's really not a big enough bet to put pressure on because this is worst case scenario. I got looked up by a king. Koki here with the best hand, and it's going to cripple Demond here. It's now reached over the 1,100,000 chip mark. Demond down to 11 big blinds. Tillman sitting there with 275K. Carlos is glad I got a poker coach. They'd kick my ass if I played like this. Moose Studio, we're playing short deck. No, we're playing a good old-fashioned regular deck. Get all sarcastic. Be sure to hit the like button, click subscribe. Up to 10,500 subscribers now here on YouTube. Usual Suspect says I need a chat coach. Yeah, we really do need some chat coaches out there. Effective trolling, effective punctuation, some storytelling. You just need a good English teacher. Maybe you should have listened to your English teacher back in the day and you'd be... All right, all kidding aside here, as Jokic, spinner of the lane, hook shot, good here for the Nuggets, 103-102, 20 seconds left. Timeout, Lakers. Jokic answers back late into the night. The Joker. I'm probably behind because I'm watching the stream, so I watching through like the DirecTV app. We got a raise up here and a shove by Demond. Short stack here with King Jack of Hearts. What big shot there by Jokic. All right, 10 big blinds here for Demond, 17 here for Tillman. That is gonna get some change here. 8K, 16K, it looks like. '87th hand here, the final table. Started with our final 9. Out of 38 players and 38 entries. Tillman going to pick it up here out of the big blind as... All right. You guys may have already seen this, but okay, it's on my end, 20.8 seconds. Lakers going to get the last possession. Who are the Nuggets going to put on to guard LeBron? So taking it sideline out of bounds, so Lakers generally in this situation are hunting for a mismatch off a switch of screen. So we got LeBron against Jerry and Grant. Screen and roll here top of the key with Danny Green. We got Demond here with some jacks and a shove. LeBron not being guarded by Jamal Murray. Powers and lane kick out. Up to Caruso, the people's champ. Caruso off the front of the rim. 4 seconds. Danny Green fire blocked by Murray out of bounds. As Jacks, I'm sorry. Overwhelmed by the moment. It's a dramatic game, too, as Demond going to pick up, and he's going to sit here with 207K. Wow. Jamal Murray just carrying this team. Now we're going to have a dealer change. Unfortunately, it does not mean we have a PLO bomb pod. Wouldn't that be kind of a fun variant into tournament poker? All right, continue here three-handed. Make sure to hit the like button, click subscribe. Lakers got one more shot at 2.1 seconds. Oh, that's so sick. Davis cans the 3 at the buzzer. And he's mobbed. Just cans it. Bounce pass underneath the hoop. Free throw line extended. Got his feet set. Oh, that was too late by Joker. Somebody was supposed to switch on him and didn't do it. All right, we got well, that's the end of that game, so we got a raise by Demond here out of the small blind. Queen 9 offsuit. Koki here with 9-5 suited. Whew, that was so sick. That's probably the biggest shot of his career that he's hit here at this point. Speaking of big shots, we got Koki here with 1 million in chips. Continues to dominate here as the field dwindles down to our last 3 players. Oh, criminy. All right, third place going to take 900, second place 1,500, and first 2,400. Yeah, as gonna get a walk here out of the blinds. Ali LaForce is so hot, says Nick from Yuma. So I think women are at least respectful that they're not going to objectify any male performance. Like, oh my God, Marv Albert. I'm just shaking with excitement. Check out the looks of an Iron Eagle here. All right. We've got Koki here with Queen 10 offsuit. We've got Tillman, tier Jack 9 suited on the small blind. Ace 5 here for Demond, and he is going to call the pre-flop raise. He's got about 108K back. Top pair here for Tillman. Demond has missed this. He has the ace of spades, not the ace of clubs. C-bet going to pay off here for Tillman as Demond now probably going to be in position to have to shove here on this button. PS shakes, Marv bites people. Yeah, Marv kind of got into that. Was maybe not the best example. Wonder if Mike Bream screams bang when he finishes. Bang! Bang! Mike, we told you can't do this. From downtown! Yeah, alright. And no, I don't do that. That mode goes off. Shove all in by Demond. We didn't see exactly what he had, but they're out of the small blind, able to pick up the 32Ks of blinds and antes. Thundering dunks and basketball bloopers. Is that what you're talking about, Nick from Yuma? You remember those basketball bloopers videos? Marv Albert, and that old coach from the Jazz. I remember I had that video, so that's so scary that you mentioned it. Like dazzling. It was dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers. That's what it was. A 1989 film. That's so eerie that you mentioned that. I remember it and definitely did watch it. Yeah, maybe Demond should have 3-bet the ace-5 off there. Yeah. That's. He could have absolutely jammed there too. Yes. All right, Queen 5 offsuit here on the button here for Koki. $10-9 offsuit here for Tillman. And Demond's going to shove here out of the big blind. I like it. Gets the 10 high to fold. There you go, Demond. Go be aggressive. Be some aggro. Nick from Yuma, you remember that board game commercial, Crazies? I don't. Let me Google this quick, though. All right, again, 8K, 16K. Big blind ante. The VCR game, wow. There was a string there where, like, late 80s, like, you had that Clue, the VCR game. Is Koki going to pick it up here with a 9-7 offsuit? Yeah, no, that was a good shove. That's absolutely. All right, still remain three-handed on TCH Live. Be back on Monday for 5-5 No Limit. Demond going to fold his button here, Jack 3. Probably would have been able to drive out his opponents had he shoved, but going to pick a better spot. Tillman is going to get a walk. I think Koki is going to not feel the need to have to overextend himself as... I mean, he could be the one that delivers the knockout blow with a quality hand, but he just doesn't have to double up his opponents by accident here, as he can kind of afford to let his opponents bleed out. But now here with ace-3 suited, we most definitely will see a raise, as looks like it's going to 55K. Fold. The rich get richer as we continue. Mike Howard, how does the table read the cards? Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, it's the RFID technology. There's chips within the cards that see those blue dots there. The players fan their cards over it. We hope they do. Sometimes they forget. They're like, oh my God, I got ace king here. Like, get all excited. Research FEMA camps, says Dustin Fox. Research the NWO. It's my good buddy here. 35K raise and a call here by Koki. Nick from Yuma says the Virginia Tech Kokies. They like it. Well, 7 high board. Koki's going to float here as... I would hope this is with the intention, but now Tillman has made a flush. I'm a little surprised he check called the flop, but and it's going to show, Tillman's going to show that he had the goods. Harp has earthquake machines aimed at California. PS3 shakes. This literally was screaming, deny 80 the ball, don't let him get it. Well, you should have yelled at it louder. They couldn't hear you from where you were at. They're already there in Kissimmee, Florida. You would have had to say it. Yeah, what it looked like was Plumlee was guarded tight on him, came around the screen, and then it looks like it was up to Jokic to move off because he was on the ball left of the hoop underneath 2.1 seconds, so it's literally like he's got to retreat back to where the spot is, to where the open shot is, and you know, that is the game sometimes. A half a step will cost you. And Soul shoving with Jack 9 when the small blind has got aces. That will also cost you. As Demond here in a pretty tough spot with blinds 8K, 16K. I would absolutely be shoving if I were him too, because you're just trying to survive at this point. And unfortunately, you got tangled up with some aces. Tillman's going to get out, and he'll see. Demond was my pick, but all right, 9 pairs, so Demond does still have a chance. And a queen here on the riv. Good game, Demond. It was one of the short stacks. Ran up his chips. And Tillman had a king 10. They said, yeah, said he had a king 10 suited. All right, so we are down to heads up here on TCH Live. John Shax, every time you say Koki and I see his Rangers hat, I think of Josh Hamilton. Poor Josh Hamilton. Koki tanking for no reason and nit rolling. I'm sure he may have been thinking if did I want to just jam all in. I don't know. I guess Tillman did not have that much. Well, Tillman had 348K, so there was probably a decision as if did he want to just allow him to maybe come on in. It says big time oops. Well, I mean that's and the bottom of that spot should be, shoving with. I mean, he's got less than 10 bigs, and you're the big blind and ante every 3 hands. Like you're getting it in there. Just hoping you're not getting coolered, or better yet, getting called by the nuts. So Tillman here with 20 big blinds. Koki here with 1,200,000. So 4-1 lead. So now we're going to be 10K and 20K as we've moved up a level. Again, 25-minute levels here on our final table. Heads up. And Koki gonna just decide we're gonna play some big pot poker here. Jams here with Queen 9. Yeah. Got a nice slugfest going on here. It looks like between Seattle and New England. Got a Dallas miraculous win today, so I think it's gonna be a lot of Cowboys fans puffing their chests, say, "Look at us, we did something impossible." But now it's not an awesome defensive performance today. But hey, win's a win. It's a start to something. See if maybe this invigorates a little life into Dallas, or if it's going to be confusing crap as we've seen for the last 2 weeks. All right, King 8 versus Jack 9. Koki going to float here. Does technically have the best hand with King High, but he's done this shorthanded to the point that I don't know if he's necessarily doing it to under the assumption that he can go to showdown with it or float and spike a card if he's behind. Like, it's hard to argue with the results, though, sitting with a ton of chips, but as Tillman going to make a jack here on the end, so it wins that pot. Nick, from you remember when people were getting mad in the chat because we were talking about basketball and sports? We've had different periods where, like Westcott Shaw's a big, basketball fan, and even he was like, "You guys got to maybe talk a little bit more about poker." So I think we've tended to. I've tried to not go into 5 to 10 minute diatribes about stuff that if it's like, okay, if we do it briefly, people that aren't into it are not feeling like I'm putting them through something. So Tillman down here to 15 bigs with 300K. Carlo gotta think ICM in that spot, and then the pay jump. That's correct. Yeah, I mean, I try to stay an open mind as far as, like, what we can talk about, but it's also, like, it's nicer when I have another person to interject some of the poker knowledge on, but I've not been as proactive of, like, hey, let's get a guest commentator here. Like, it's all in here for Koki. Tillman here with ace high. It's probably going to be the best opportunity he's going to have. So we have an all-in ace 3 off versus king 9 off. Here heads up. Tillman trying to survive as pairs of 3. There is a straight draw. Makes 2 pair. Still a straight draw here for Koki. And a 6 ain't going to do it. So Tillman has doubled up with aces up, and he's now at 582K. And that could be a potential problem here for Koki, as now Tillman has taken enough of a chunk out of him that he's a legitimate chance to come back and win this one. What? John Jack says you should ask one of the players. We could probably maybe do Jedi Master Ted on Thursdays. I've also been thinking about trying to take a day off. Just gotta work, gotta pay them old bills. So that's all right. We'll continue your heads up as Tillman has doubled up there with ace 3. Now Koki might have to readjust his strategy of trying to play really big pots at this point. All right, 8-6 versus Jack 9. Tillman here first act, and instead of calling the 10K, he's going to give his opponent a walk. Carlos says Tillman's got a nice stack to go for it. I agree. He's Don't forget to hit the like button, click subscribe. 44 likes right now. That's all you got. That's all our audience feels like. 44 people only want to hit the like button. Do whatever you feel. You're most likely an adult, but you can support the program by hitting that like button as we continue here. Queen 5 versus 4-3. Koki limps. Middle pair as Tillman has missed it in his first act. Check bet. And Koki will take a small pot. But here with the blinds, 10K, 20K. Doesn't take too long for these pots to get pretty big, so just a shade under $1 million. Tillman with about $500,000, and off we go. What is? So looks like Koki is going to get a walk as Tillman will not call. Oh boy, King 7 and an open fold. That is not on your Uncle Mikey's recommended playlist there. That is, I think that is a raising hand a lot, but Tillman may just be trying to play tight here at the open just to kind of get a feel for how this is going to be. I thought that maybe was a missed opportunity, but yeah, we shall see. Mikey, when's the last time you did a pork chop special from Perry's downtown? I've never done it anytime. I did not know there was a place called Perry's to begin with. You're talking to a guy at a broadcast salary, not a... All right, Queen 3 versus 9-8 offsuit. Top pair here for Tillman. He jams. Koki's not connected with it at all. And Tillman is going to move up here to 562K. So Demond got knocked out third, taking home 900. Anthony, fourth place for 660. Smokestack, fifth for 540. All right, Queen 4, 10, 9, or 10 2. All right, 5 and 9 here on the end. Yeah, Queen High going to take it down. Yeah, no, I mean, not a riveting heads-up matches. Tillman's been on the passive side at this point. That could change. I think just waiting for a spot for his opponent to get a little too aggressive and maybe pick him off, but it's $15 when it's normally like 50 or 70. Dustin Fox says, "Hey Mike, talk about Gunderburgers." This is where growing up in this little town. I mean, like, it's barely a township. I don't even think there's 100 people that are in it. Little town called Gunder, Iowa. A place called the Shanty. Notorious for these giant cheeseburgers. And my God, I don't know what I would pay to have a Gunderburger right now. Damn you, Fox. Got ideas planted in my head as we're going to have Koki take the pot there. Sounds like a pretty good deal there. $15 and it's normally like 50 or 70. Perry's pork chop deal, Friday lunch. That sounds like a pretty good time. All right, so ace 5 versus jack 7. Again, Koki still has the advantage. Tillman raises and We'll get no post-flop action. Jedi Master Tets. I think we're going for the low like record tonight. I'm sure probably some of the original ones could have been that. That's fine. This has kind of been around our average audience here for the tournaments. 300, 350. Trying to compete there with NFL football here on Sundays. There are people I think that could do both, which I don't know. I'd always love to have more viewers, but all right, we'll raise up here to 45K. Tillman here with a call. Nobody has connected on this whatsoever. There's Koki going to have the opportunity to bet to, or bet one check to, and he'll pick up the pot. Looks like, who was it that ticket? Swain. Louis Wisswat says Patriots leaving rookie wide receivers open. Yep. Nick from Yuma says use your burner accounts too. I don't think that's a very ethical, approach to likes. It's not pure. They are just numbers. But we do appreciate the engagement as... Yeah, I think the goal of all these not also just put the highlights is to help get the channel out there so people that do enjoy streaming poker that may not be in the loop, they watch some of the vlogs, or they may not even know they like watching streamed live poker, tournament final tables, big cash games. So I think that's always just trying to reach out and find those people that don't realize just how awesome this show can be at times. Jedi Masters Ted says we're socially distancing, even from the... Okay, online. It's called using the old noggin. All right, King 9 versus 4-3. Some comment after the fact. Maybe if you didn't have to pedal so many likes, you would get more. Says Toxic Man Dude. All right, bottom pair here for Tillman. I just love doing that voice. It's just my favorite impersonation. All right, 987. Still here for Koki. We've not had a real big fluctuation since Tillman doubled up Ace-3 against King 9. Mostly been kind of sitting in this chip position, so all right, Ace-7 offsuit here on the button. Pretty standard race here by the Tillman. Dick from Yuma, why I'm here, 50% chat, Youngblood 45%, poker 5%. Never question this man's loyalty, because... All right. I need loyalty. Seen that cringy, Comey thing on Showtime? Ugh, that looks weird. Koki gonna pick it up here with King 5. Like the guy who does the Trump impression, it's way over the top. I demand loyalty. They just gonna make him look like some kind of hideous freak. All right, I'll keep it as that, but I saw the trailer of it, and I just this. I don't care what side you're on. That just looks ridiculous. 4-3 offsuit here for Koki on the button. It's bottom pair here for Koki. King deuce off here for the Tillman. Queen here on the turn does give Tillman a straight draw, but check and check. And a 7 ball on the end. 4 is going to be good here at Showdown unless Tillman decides he wants to get aggressive with it and flip it up. Say, my 4 is the nuts, pal. Alex Smith says, love the stream. Keep it up. I'm a really big fan of your quarterbacking. Keep well, my friend. Hope you're almost healthy. You might be another Alex Smith, but let's just pretend. All right. Moves through to 90% chip clatter, 10% mic, 10% poker. Another 10% for math. So we do a lot of math here on this stream. Bet and fold. Again, Tillman sitting with about 18 bigs. Alrighty. Gary C says late to the part. Well, then you should have hit the ring the bell there after you click subscribe. You get a notification. Actually, Gary C, just you don't have to ring the bell. You don't have to. But you would get a little notification icon on your screen that says, "Hey, TCH Live is on." PS3 shakes 1 2 3 up here because of my hand fetish. I wonder if there's anybody legitimately out there like, well, I really like hands. Like people that have like foot fetishes, I find really because like I don't get it. Like I literally don't understand. Like what I think that's, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying like I don't. There's a lot of stuff you could be like, okay, I can maybe see how a person can get drawn to that, but that's. ETX pokers that I just looked up Gunderbergers. I mean, they are delicious too. Like that. I mean, I love those things so much. Jack Fisher, I'm here for the heavy breathing into the mic. I try to keep this thing like away from me. We've got like the pad on it, so it shouldn't be like too deliberate. So we got a button open here by Koki. Let's see. Bottom pair here for Tillman. Tillman's going to jam. Says go ahead, rip it. Koki will lay it down. The balloon fetish way out there. That sounds, yeah, it does sound kind of crazy. Gary C, sorry, Mike, my pet lobster ran into the ocean. Spent the whole evening trying to find it. Well, we're after a noble cause. Totally understandable. ETX Poker, did you grow up eating a lot of cheese curds? I actually didn't. I was not a big cheese curd guy. If that is such a thing. Like, I think as I got older, like that was, but I was never like fried cheese curds are amazing. Regular ones, just I never was. Jack Fisher, no, don't worry, I'm into it, keep it up. Okay. Sometimes the people have made that joke that I'm just like, if it's really happening, guys, like, trip me out on it, because, all right, we got top pair here for Tillman, Koki here with middle pair. He's going to call Tillman with a chance to double up here. He's got his opponent dominated to 2 outs. Oh, he got a 7 on the end. How gross. Tillman had his opponent right where he wanted him, down to 2 wins in the entire deck, and Koki smashes it on the end here with the 7, and that is it. We thought there'd be some daylight there for Tillman to double up and survive and maybe take the upper hand. Koki thinking, okay, well, I've got second pair, great kicker. My hand can be good, and just sometimes what you get in tournament poker, got to get a little lucky to win at the end, and Koki smashes the river with a 7. So, all right, Buffer Victorian, Carolyn for her floors, Jerome, I don't know who's Bert working here tonight. Fantastic dealers, everybody's staff here at TCH. We are going to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow for 5-5, no limit, uncapped. And words of the great Mike Sexton, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Good night, everybody.